They can't possibly be not planning this game in some way, but they're so silent on it.
Right.
And it's that silence.
Hi guys, so it's Team Clock back once again for another hot topic. It's now my turn. There was the Sony hack, you know, the and leaked emails from Hollywood.
Yes.
Put online, do you remember? Basically saying certain things about certain people and sort of giving us an idea of how people react and we can't see it. Do you know what I mean? The idea that we've been able to see something we weren't meant to see. So my question is, if you would be a fly on the wall of any TV, movie or game, like TV show, movie or game, in the studio or in a particular meeting about that, any game you want, which one would it be if you could see behind the scenes of something?
Easy.
Oh yeah, what?
Valve, Gabe Newell's Roundtable, Half-Life 3. What's going on?
Really? Okay, right.
They can't possibly be not planning this game in some way, but they're so silent on it.
Right.
And it's that silence. If I could go in and just, as an observer, just watch what they're doing with this game.
Yeah.
Why are we not hearing anything about it?
Yeah.
Does Gabe Newell have any real interest in actually putting this game out?
Yeah.
And it's like,
That's a good.
I don't know. It's like it's one of these things that obviously it was at one time Half-Life 2 was the biggest game on the planet.
Oh yeah,
and then
totally.
we had the two follow-ups, the two kind of mini sequels to it.
Yeah.
And it was well documented there was supposed to be another one. And the ending to episode 2 is a cliffhanger. It's like, what's going to happen next?
Yeah, they never closed it, did they? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that if they did Half-Life 2 episode 2, even if it was just 2 episodes, and they ended that in a way that could have ended the series, you could have just put it to bed, couldn't you?
Well, yeah. I mean,
they left it in. Imagine the biggest cliffhanger you've ever seen in a TV show, and then cancel it, and you never see the next episode. That is literally how they ended that series.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, the way that the first Half-Life ended was quite an abrupt ending, but it was a self-contained experience, so they really didn't need to do a sequel. Yeah. And if you look at the ending of Half-Life 2 as well, that ended with the Citadel exploding. That in itself would have been, if they just said at that point, right, that's it, we're not doing any more.
Yeah.
It ended in a similar enough way to the first game that you could have just gone, okay.
Yeah.
But then they released episode 1 and episode 2, and it was so blatant it was meant to be carried on, and then just it's the radio silence on it, and there's so much buzz. People want to know what's going on.
Yeah. And
it's like they just want a little bit of a tidbit. So getting a chance to go inside Valve and just see what's going on.
Yeah. What about like a TV show or a film or something like that? Something in the past that maybe has had a rocky start, or it came out and maybe didn't do very well with regards to ratings and stuff like that. And is there anything that can sort of that you would think of?
I'm struggling.
It is tricky. I know it's tricky. I know when I mentioned it, knew it was going to be tricky. In the game one, you got straight away. See, in terms of my video game thing, I would love to see the Microsoft suits as we were watching the Sony press conference of E3 2013. Don Mattrick, seeing maybe him behind the curtain of E3, because he's watching the competition. You know he will be.
Yeah.
Seeing him and his team watching the PlayStation 4 conference.
Do you know what it is, mate? I think about that sometimes, and I do think about what it must have been like for those, like the Microsoft executives. And it was, you could put everything else aside. It was just until that last 20 minutes of that conference. It was when Jack Tretton came out, and just went a completely different direction, like the used games and all that, and it was the reaction from the crowd, and you can just imagine like Don Mattrick and all the executives just like with script. And then there was all of that, and then the other geezer came out and went, and we're selling for 100 quid less.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Well, me and you talked about the Xbox One conference, we knew were on chat on our 360s, and I remember me and you talked quite a lot about our unhappiness with the direction they were going, and it was just before E3, and we were undecided what to do because we saw the PS4 sneaky conference that they did, a very, very small one. They did like a teaser one, didn't they? Then the Xbox One was revealed, and then it was E3, but then we were still tossing up between which one we were going to get. And then they just nailed it, didn't they?
They did.
Sony, like, especially after having the conversation we had about how upset we were with the way they were going to be going with the Xbox One, then suddenly PlayStation were just bang. He was, and me, you were just like, right, fine, done. Done deal.
Because I remember watching the Microsoft press conference, and they kind of righted a lot of the wrongs from the original reveal. I was like, great, excellent. Okay, Sony, it's in the ball's in your court now. Show us that I really do want to get a PS4. Because we've both been 360 for years. So I'd always planned on an Xbox One, and then they just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I know. So I know. Apologies for laying that question on you. It's an interesting question. Maybe you could have another time, because I'm sure there's some good TV movie ones that we probably think of as well.
Right, like a proper conversation.
A proper conversation. Let's revisit this question at a later time. So guys, please let us know which behind the scenes secret look at something you'd want to see, basically, that you weren't meant to see in terms of entertainment, videos, video games, TV shows, films. Let us know where you'd want to be a fly on the wall. So once again, thank you very much. This is Team Clocked. Cheers.